Every tree you see is actually dead. Nature's zombies. Intro. The shocking truth. When you look outside and see those giant green trees, you think they are full of life, right? You are wrong. Almost every tree you see is actually dead. Yes, you heard that right. The only living part of a tree is a paper-thin layer just beneath its bark. The rest of that massive trunk is nothing but a skeleton made of dead cells. Trees are nature's most extreme beings. They can crush rocks with acid, create matter out of thin air, and contain an internal pressure that would kill a human instantly. So how do these giants, mostly made of dead stuff, survive? Chapter 1. The Battle for the Sky. Let's rewind. 1 billion years ago, plants were just thin, delicate algae living in the oceans. But about 470 million years ago, they made a crazy decision to invade an alien planet, the land. Competition on land was brutal. The only way to steal the sun from others was to go up. Height became a deadly weapon. But there was a problem. Plants were jelly-like. They couldn't stand tall. That's when evolution created a biological miracle, lignin. Lignin is a hard substance that turns the plant's cellulose structure into concrete. Thanks to this, plants stood up, and the first trees were born. Chapter 2. Impossible Physics and the Water Pump. Trees grew 20 meters, 50 meters, 100 meters, but then they ran into trouble with the laws of physics. How do you transport water from the roots to the leaves 100 meters up? Even the most powerful pumps built by humans can't suck water higher than 10 meters because physics won't allow it. The water would boil. But trees do it. How? With negative pressure. The leaves at the top evaporate water using the sun's heat. Water molecules are sticky. They cling to each other like magnets. When one drop evaporates, it pulls the entire chain of water up. Think of it as a massive rope of water stretching from the roots to the leaves. This pulling force is so immense that it creates a pressure equivalent to the bottom of the ocean. Trees stand silent, but inside there is a terrifying physical storm raging. Chapter 3. Graveyard of Cells. What is wood? In the center of the tree, there is a very thin layer full of stem cells called the cambium. As this layer grows inward, the cells change, harden, and die. Yes, they commit suicide on purpose. They hollow themselves out and turn into hard tubes. So what we call wood is actually a graveyard of trillions of plant corpses stacked on top of each other. Every year, the tree adds a new ring to this cemetery. Chapter 4. Zombie Cells and Living Skin. So where is the living part? It's that tiny layer right under the bark. The cells here, phloem, transport sugar down. But even they aren't fully alive. They're like zombies. They're hollow, have no brains, nucleus, and are barely kept alive by their companion cells. And on the very outside, there is an armor made of dead cells again, the bark. This is why carving your name into a tree trunk is more dangerous than you think. When you wound the bark, you're cutting the tree's only lifeline. Conclusion. Immortality. Trees are essentially a thin living skin stretched over a massive dead skeleton. And here's the interesting part. Theoretically, they are immortal. They don't age like us. Unless stopped by drought, disease, or a human axe, they can keep growing this way for thousands of years. There are trees alive today that were born when the pyramids of Egypt were being built. They may look silent and static, but in reality, they are the most successful, complex, and durable machines. Outro. Next time you hug a tree, remember that you are hugging a massive biological skyscraper. Protecting these silent giants of nature is actually protecting our own future. If you liked the video, do a favor for nature and hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.